And here we go. Hi, everybody. This is Happily Ever After, episode 11, the long-awaited, oh so long-awaited episode. Today, we'll be talking about Stars and Stripes by Abigail Roux. It is, I believe, the first of the cut and run series to be released by Riptide Publishing. And I hit the wrong button there. I'm sorry. So today we have an almost full cast. So yay for that. Let's get everyone introducing themselves. Just start whenever. Not all at once, though.
From Bangkok.
Good to see you, Pete.
Caroline and Fred from Central Texas.
Yay.
Hi, it's Tina from Baltimore.
Why did I say Florida? Okay, I was wrong. All right, so just to let you guys know that we're having some distance issues. So if I ask something and it takes forever to answer, that's just when everyone has just heard me. So I'm going to try to keep this in mind. Let's go to the quick blurb, and then we can talk about this lovely Texas romp. Special agents Ty Grady and Zane Garrett have managed the impossible. A few months of peace and quiet. After nearly a year of personal and professional turmoil, they're living together conflict-free. Work is going smoothly, and they're both happy, healthy, and home every night before dark. But anyone who knows them knows that can't possibly last. When an emergency call from home upsets the balance of their carefully arranged world, Ty and Zane must juggle family drama with a perplexing crime to save a helpless victim before time runs out. From the mountains of West Virginia to a remote Texas horse ranch harboring more than just livestock and childhood memories, Ty and Zane must face their fears and their families to overcome an unlikely enemy and bring peace back to their newly shared world. I also like to point out that this book won the Rainbow Award for Best Gay Erotic Romance in 2012, and I personally think it earned it. What do you guys think?
I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars, simply because I'm from the area, and she did an excellent job describing either the backyard or the broken spoke she was describing as the honky tonk, having been to both. But the area here is much less desert-like than she portrayed. Now we do have the funny-looking little hills every now and then, but the area she was portraying in the book is really closer to San Antonio.
Okay.
So I'm really familiar with Dripping Springs. I'm familiar with the ranches and stuff that are out that way. And she did an excellent job of portraying ranch security and the cattle gates. Most people that come down here for the first time are really stunned. It's, why do you have a grate in a large hole over the ground? Well, you know, you have to let the livestock run, and that's the only thing a cow won't knock down or go over is the large grate over a big deep hole. So,
Not to mention, cows are pretty dumb.
Yeah. they're not the smartest cookie in the box. Let's just put it that way.
Awesome. What about you guys?
It is. Hello?
Yeah, we got you.
Tina, go ahead.
Okay, so it is one of my favorites in the series. I love Stars and Stripes. It's kind of one of those, like, when I first started reading the series, I was waiting for number 8. Like, I was waiting for them to talk to their parents about the relationship, sort of moving it forward. So I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was great. I loved the Texas hats and the black Stetson, and it was just great. So.
Do you guys know more about hat etiquette than you did before?
Yeah, pretty much.
I sure do.
There's much more to it than what they put out there. The color says a lot. So if you see a guy with a brown bear, Means it's pretty special.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Pete?
Well, I love this book because for me it's like a honeymoon book for them.
Mhm.
Everything is happy. Everything is almost everything is rose colored, like a rose tint glass color, and it's they're happy, and uh, the uh, the general mood throughout the book is light and almost angry, except for Saint's family.
Yeah, could we just go ahead and like say a great big boo to Zane's mom because seriously, fuck her. Um,
The thing that's really sad, and Abby got it just nailed it so well, is that
yeah,
there is an entire class of women in this state that exactly are represented by that woman. And it just sort of like gave me those chills, and I was like, oh God, not another one. If she's doing the steers and stripes, she's going to be doing the debutante ball in the spring, and that just
oh debutante balls.
yes, it was that's just disgusting, and God knows what she would do after the UT homecoming football game. So we won't even go there.
Yeah, I think I've seen this particular stripe from in Georgia, and they are just as scary.
Yes,
Just no, thank you, no, thank you, go away.
yeah.
So,
Can we talk about Ty's parents? I have never
can we?
laughed so hard in my entire life.
Yes, let us talk about Ty's parents, please.
Let's talk about the whole event.
I love Earl, even though he was definitely not on my happy list for a moment. But I loved Earl and Mara's like dynamic. They're going to be like together until they both die. That is like the dynamic right there.
What's I was sitting here going, did Abigail go to school with my kids and come home to see us? Because I was looking at that's the dynamic between myself and my husband. And it's like you stay out of my kitchen and I'll stay away from your computers. And that's the agreement we have between ourselves. And I'm like, she cut his finger off. I was laughing through the entire house. Just rolling. Because
This
I'm
was
like,
an emergency.
yeah. She has the dynamic between myself and my husband just down pat.
Abigail said that the whole event, what happened with Earl and his fingers, and the dialogue was quoted almost verbatim from her relatives.
Perfect.
I love
That is
it.
perfect.
I love it.
See, I can
And,
see. Go ahead.
sorry, and also the dialogues about the bitter cherry was also she heard it from somewhere, or it was happening in the family too.
The best part about writing is when you get when you can pull random conversations, remembered conversations from your life, and just throw it in. Especially when those people will never read your book, it's so much better.
I am so tempted to throw in conversations between my grandparents. But
I put in entire like names of plays my friends have been into a book.
there you go.
Just there, it was fun.
Or if you've
But,
done summer stock theater during the summer, those are some conversations that would.
So let's go ahead and get the big shaking finger to Earl for and just in case you guys are new to this show, we do spoil. We're not a review. We talk. We're like a book club through Hangout. But yeah, I was not happy with Earl touching my tie. Just saying. Even though that's his boy and he's probably gotten worse spankings as a kid, I was not happy.
I understood why Earl did what he did. I didn't approve of it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I almost expected Mara, being who Mara is, to stand up and slap the crap out of Earl, going, "You had yours. That was it." On the other hand,
Or at least holding Zane back before.
Yellow,
Like
the roof replacement. Oh my God.
they
I'm
are so
sitting here.
clever.
It is. I was just going, oh my God, Abigail knows my cousins.
The dialogue is actually Abigail and her mother, I think.
Cool. Oh crap, where are you going? Come back, book. I have it on Kindle, you see, and trying to like remember good parts and wonderful parts, and everyone needs a minion or two. Smith and
Yeah.
Wesson, once again, stealing the fucking show.
Very much so.
Just like,
They
wow.
were great.
Smith
and Wesson.
they were wonderful. I can't mind control the cat, Zane.
I know a lot of people don't.
Go ahead, Tina.
Oh. I said I know. Sorry, I'm tired. I know a lot of people didn't like this book. I heard they got a lot of funky reviews, but because it was a little softer than the normal books, from before. But I enjoyed the peace that I felt reading this one after the other ones before it. It was like a nice break from the intense tension and action-packed life they were leading up until this moment. So.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
me
even
too.
though there were still
they
tigers
eventually need a breather.
and shooting.
And a poor girl, a poor little girl to be saved.
Actually, I thought that probably one of the high points of the book was him teaching Sadie to use pressure plates.
Which came in handy. So that was a good
Exactly. I was like, rock on. Then they fell asleep on the porch, the shoes in his arms, and he was in the rocking chair. I'm
and
like,
my heart, and my heart just melted.
And I'm like, here's my picture, damn it.
Anyone else surprised that Ty would be good with kids? Anyone? I'm not.
I did notice that the pace of it was better. It wasn't manic like the other book.
Yeah.
It was a slower pace in its own way. I wish in a way, she could have expanded the river walk, because that they were finally kind of like honeymooning.
Yeah. Exactly what Pete said. This is pretty much the honeymoon before. Well, I won't spoil until we read that one. Stop, breathe, relax, have tons of crazy sex. And
yes, you said sex. Well,
yeah,
it was very hot in this book.
Oh dear Lord, yes. This is my happy face. This is just, I mean, come on. It was Zane's a cowboy. Of course this is going to happen in this book.
Yeah, but Zane doesn't see Ty as a cowboy until he puts the hat on him, and then all of a sudden Zane's got the accent. You're all that and a popsicle too.
Then he gets what was it? I love what Texas does to you. Yeah, we love what Texas does to him too.
Yes. That was good.
That was an awesome scene.
It was. It was one of my favorites, actually, just that moment where he's looking at Zane in a whole different way and he's appreciating it. It's nice.
It is very nice. I mean, it also gave us a chance to let Zane shine a little bit more.
Yeah.
Especially with Zane's friends. I mean, with the guy with Zane's friends, and that was just really amazing.
That was.
It kind of makes me wish for it a little more, because even in the previous books before 6 and even in the ones after it, we kind of focus more on the relationships that Ty has fostered in his life instead of Zane. So it was nice to see it, but I kind of wish we'd see it a little bit more too. So.
And the other thing is, I wish he'd gone a little bit more into depth with the atmosphere of the honky tonk, because that's really what draws everyone to the mystique of Texas, because it's this southern flavored chaos with fried something on the side.
That's
And
perfect.
it's I'm like you really need to experience to understand what it's all about, but you have really stepped into a portal that takes you back 150 years, and there's different manners there than outside those doors, and you're expected to know them and you're expected to follow them. So yeah,
And Zane did a damn good job.
he did a damn fine
He
job.
just fell right back into it, and it was really super nice to see how he interacts. I mean, we know that he didn't have much in the way of friends because lone badass. So,
He
not much
mentioned
in the
that
way of friends.
he mentioned that he cut off his friends.
Yep.
He cut off a lot of his friends, mostly due to the addiction and the deep undercover in Miami. So a lot of that just cut. He basically cut himself off from any probably any friends that he ever had in Austin in his early FBI career.
Yeah.
And he had to start anew in Baltimore.
Well, in case you're wondering, do they actually serve beer up in with bottles in buckets? Oh, yes, sir, they do. And if you've got a group of you have a table, you go to the bar and you ask for your bucket, and
Hey,
people are just like, it's a long way from the bar to where you're sitting.
it gets a lot more fun than it's a lot more fun than I God, what's it called? Words. A picture. Again, I apologize if I forget with basic smart words.
Perfectly okay. But yeah, that was the only other drawback there was she did describe the heat well. I mean, when the sun goes down, doesn't mean the land's still not melting into the sunset. But she forgot to mention the humidity, and I was telling Nikki earlier before we even came online that it's 94 degrees right now with 84% humidity. And yes, I use the word Satan's tank because that's exactly what it feels like right now. You just don't go outside and breathe.
That's
You can't
gross.
do
Oh
it.
God, that is perfect and gross. And
It is gross. It's 4 showers a day humid is what it is. And you yes.
Can we give a shout out to Chester for figuring it out?
Yes, love
Before
Chester.
everyone else.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I happen to love that old man. I'm
Mountain.
like, oh my God. You know, he's the guy that I'd go to go dance with, is what I'd do. I'd drag his butt to Texas and put him on the floor.
See, I would Chester's like the grandpa I've always wanted. Just completely batshit, but awesome.
I'm a little afraid of Chester, actually.
Yeah.
But I think he's great.
But I
And the
think
way
if you're
he
afraid
just-
of Chester, stay on the East Coast because we're just lock stock full of them down here.
I've never lived anywhere else. But I love the way he just came out and said, "What? Y'all didn't know they were sweethearts?"
Yes, that was perfect.
Like,
where have you been all their lives? Like, what is going on? It was great.
it's just
And
amazing.
everybody's looking at him like, "What? What are you talking about?"
That
Including
one of
both Ty and Zane going like,
Yeah.
how did he figure it out?
Yeah.
You know?
How about one of the best lines in there? Annie talking to Zane. Take his ass to a state or a country where it's legal and get him and marry that man.
Yes.
I was
Good one.
just, yes. I was sitting. Where was I? I was somewhere waiting for something. Oh, in Walmart with my tablet, and I was reading that, and I went yes, and I looked around to see who was
I'm pretty sure everyone's had that moment.
Yeah.
Just like,
I had that moment a lot with this series. Like, I'll be out random somewhere, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, did you see that? I mean, read that. That is crazy."
everyone's just like, okay, back away from the crazy lady with the Kindle.
I'm so glad I wasn't in public during that first rather hot scene.
Oh, that was fun.
Honey, oh my God, save a horse, ride a cowboy. What are you doing?
Dude, the over the phone thing was just.
Oh, absolutely.
I was surprised because, the guys seem relatively conservative when it comes to. I mean, they're not exactly doing freaky, hanging off the ceiling, whips and chains sort of things. So I was super surprised that, phone sex happened. Surprised and very pleased.
It was good.
It was good.
It was
I mean, we
good.
have
And
guys who are like slowly but surely, like one won't even suck the other one's dick until like the second book. Instead of like the book right after. I mean,
Yeah, but can't you just hear Zane's voice as that deep, gravelly tone?
yeah, I actually can, and yes, I can.
It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating.
To me, Ty's voice is very smooth, sort of like silk. But Zane's got the deep, gravelly voice.
I've always been a huge Zane fan, and this book just reinforced my love of him to the fullest. And
I don't know.
I
didn't. No, go ahead.
I know most people prefer Ty, and I do feel like for the most part the series kind of focuses on him, but Zane will always be the one for me.
What surprised me was at the end of the book when Julian took his charges. I could almost hear Julian's voice. And I'm like, when did the hell did I fall in love with Julian Cross?
Wow. Oh,
exactly.
I found my favorite line of the book. It's a Mara line, and it's, all you shitheads need Jesus so far as I'm concerned.
I love that.
Like, I heard that in a boy.
Yes.
Mama, is that you?
That's one of those voices that calls you to dinner and then orders you to wash up before you even walk into the dining room. And we've all heard it.
Yeah, yeah. Mama don't play.
Mama
does not play. Mama does not.
Auntie doesn't play, and Nana sure as hell doesn't play. So you just don't do that.
That is.
And also,
that is. Go ahead.
And also toward the end of the book, what Mara told tells Zane about when she expected them to either call or visit, and then what she said to Zane about Chester's birthday gift. That do not bring anything sharp or projectile because time bring both.
Yeah, do not bring that man a weapon. I mean, Chester's awesome, but please don't bring him a weapon.
I don't understand why they would. I feel like
he will literally put someone else's eye out.
I think he's crazy. I mean, crazy can be good, but in limited quantities and very, very controlled.
He already doesn't like that his grandson works for the feds. Come on.
And he walks around with a sharpened shovel. That's an indication that weapons are not perfect. Like, that is an indication that weapons are not a good choice of gift.
Yeah, people knock the crap out of
you
that
get
shovel.
the feeling Chester's a moonshiner from way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. He was dipping or drinking or whatever you call it.
He was drinking it, yeah.
He was
and
drinking.
I'm like, yeah.
He was drinking his own moonshine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's when I looked at that and I went, mm-hmm. That's where Ty gets his crazy.
Yes, exactly where Ty gets it from. I believe Deuce has it in like very limited quantities. There's this one line in God, I think it was either in Six and Stones or Fish and Chips or one of the other ones where Zane could just see both brothers like in like 30 or something years, both just waiting for rocking chairs and shovels. And you can just see them doing this perfectly.
Yeah. That's crazy. Crazy.
No, I loved it. I loved the whole thing. I would love to see Mara's character come back in another book. I'd love to see a Christmas. I could hardly wait to see a Christmas.
Christmas at the Grady's.
Christmas at the Grady's. I would love to see that.
Madison visiting.
That would be good. I would read that. I'd read that like 8 times, I think.
So we have to All start an email campaign. First, starting off with, "I hope you're feeling better," because she is, as folks who are following her Tumblr know, medical issues have pretty much kicked her ass.
Yeah.
Which is sad. But just saying, hey, whatever you feel better, we would love to have a Christmas with the Grady short story.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
And bring Zane's dad up.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
I love him.
That would be great.
I think between him and Chester, it would be absolutely knockdown, drag out this. Oh, gotta have Sadie up there too. So you gotta bring Sadie along, because I could just see Sadie and Mara in the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, she would. Oh God, she would die.
Yeah.
She would. I mean,
Chester's heart. You know what he'd do? He'd sit there and carve her a baby doll just sitting on the front porch. So.
One out of a shovel handle.
Shovel handle. There you go.
Starter young.
I would love to see a scene where Harrison interact with Earl.
One more time.
I would love to see I would love to read the scene where Harrison interact with Earl.
Yes.
Yes.
Harrison
Like
is
the laid back cowboy with interact with the stoic marine.
that would be really cool.
Yes, you can sneak in, honey, but for heaven's sakes, I hope you're dressed.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Everybody say hi.
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 Here.
Hello. On the rare night that I'm actually home.
Yeah, it's the night manager position, so this is a rare night that he's home.
And then we have to drag you off to do this thing. God, we're terrible. Or I'm terrible.
Honey, I had the whole day, so he just really needed the rest.
Yeah, she wears me out all the time.
He admits it.
And Fred's like, okay,
yeah, thank you, Fred. Lick your butt on the internet. That's okay, honey. It's all right. It's all good.
You know, there are people that could get a lot of hits on the internet. Just saying.
Well, he's rather talented. I have to get something in here so he can bark for you. Is what I'll have to do.
So I've already. Oh well, that is very adorable, but he just stopped. My partner's pointing out that Weasel's doing the whole like I'm standing up like a meerkat to lick my side thing. He's so damn short that he can't just turn. So it's adorable, but I'm not gonna. I've already adjusted this and just. Why am I even talking to you right now? I'm doing a show. Okay, and we're back. So.
If anything, the thing about Ty and Sane as an investigator seems to. I mean. In all the books, Ty and Sane, in all the books, Ty and Sane, the villain, so to speak, Ty and Sane have never caught up to them.
Mm-hmm.
In all the books, the bad guys always just show up, and then Ty and Sane have to deal with them. But it's never that Ty and Sane ever figure out who the bad guys were, and then have the advantage or element of surprise of caught up to them.
Yeah, this was definitely a difference from a caper.
Yeah.
It's the things that makes me wonder if they are actually. It makes me wonder how. What were the real FBI works, because it seems that so far both Ty and Sane are excellent undercover agents, but I'm not sure about their abilities as investigators.
I see your point.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the previous books, it was more like action, gun, shoot 'em, ask questions later. We'll figure out what happened after the bodies are all counted.
Burns will always cover your ass, etc., etc.
And this one was a little more, I guess we have to figure out who to shoot first. And that might be a little complicated.
Especially since this is family involved.
Yeah.
Having
I see it.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying, having a Texas Ranger in the family, I can tell you that a lot of what they were doing in the book, Addie did excellent research on, because that's what they do, is they just pick up the pieces and let them fall where they will. They don't talk about things as they develop. If they do talk about it, it's like in a staff meeting, closed doors, nobody else is there, and it's only the primary investigators that are involved in that meeting.
Mm.
You're not going to show your cards, especially where there's family involved.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for poor Zadie. I mean,
I
good for her for getting out of it, because she's a smart girl, because she's Zane's niece. She's a smart girl.
Yeah.
And Ty trained her well. But yeah, I'm just, you involve a little kid, and my heart just goes, why?
Well, actually, I was terrified for Ty. I was afraid he was going to end up getting horribly burned when that car was.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was stuck on the undercarriage. I'm like, and I think if I'm not mistaken, it was the calf that was stuck in the undercarriage. Is that correct? I believe.
Yeah, the calf was stuck.
Yeah.
But that's the pleasure of fiction. I think in real life he would have been horribly burned.
Yeah.
The toast.
But because this is a book, we can save all the good looking pieces.
More ways than one.
Yeah.
Well, his dick is fine, so we can just keep going. Someone had to say it, might as well be it.
And Ty and his cast all the way from start to finish is like it's almost like another character.
Yeah.
You know what I really loved about this book? I like the end where they're in that, I guess, 4th of July picnic, or what, I don't remember exactly what kind of picnic it was.
Yeah.
Steers and Stripes
And they
barbecue.
have those the steers. I really enjoyed the contest, like how Zane and Ty got to.
Oh, honey,
show
don't say that too
them.
loud. You'll encourage them. They do crazier stuff than that down here.
Because I feel like his whole family, that like they underestimated him, and they acted like he didn't do anything. He just sat in the office all day. I think they were justifiably surprised, and I think they had a little bit more respect for him at the end.
You know
the
about
contest.
Cow Patty Bingo, right, Tina? You know what that is?
No.
What is that?
There
I go with the accent. Jesus.
They take part of the pasture and they put it off in grids, and then they have buckets of dried cow poop. And they number off the grids, and then you bet on what grid your cow patty's going to land in. And it's much better if you've had about, 2/3 of a six-pack under your belt before you start launching cow patties.
You'd have to. You'd have to be drunk. What?
Well, then it gets even more interesting if you haven't had a drought and the land is still relatively wet. They set the cow patties on fire and then they fling them.
See.
So,
I feel like Texas is dangerous.
It's incredibly dangerous, baby.
It's like Australia, except not.
I'm not going to be visiting anytime soon.
You're always welcome. I mean, it's safe to come here. But don't go encouraging these people to have different gunfire or gun shooting games. It's no. Open carrying's not a good thing.
I'm one of those people who see other people doing dangerous things, and I'm like, why? I like my life, so I'm just not going to do that. So, no.
I go looking for a bomb-proof shelter when I hear the hold my beer and watch this.
See. Nope, not me. But thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
So we can definitely agree that at least the flavor, if not the exact weather of Texas was shown in this book.
Yeah, she did very well. Even all down to the bitchy women. Yes.
I'm sorry. Wow.
No, don't apologize. It was too real.
So we've been lots of praise. It is a good book. It won an award. We love it. But can we just take a couple of minutes and dig deep down and try to find something that we were meh about the book?
Yeah, she
If
didn't get
anything.
the landscape right. She screwed up the landscape. Abigail, my home state, is not a freaking rocky desert. It's just not.
I'm thinking hard about this one too.
I'm trying to think here.
I'm like, is there anything wrong?
What
God.
I didn't like about the book? I think. I'm drawing a blank. So.
God. We're terrible fan. We're the perfect fan. I'm still thinking. I can't. I really honestly can't. This was just what I needed after the previous book. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people give it a lot of.
Nice.
I know a lot of people give it a lot of hate because it was so happy and oh my god, why are you letting these guys be happy for 5 seconds? But it was exactly what was needed for everyone.
It was
because trust me, writing angst is
calm
hard.
before the storm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
It
Writing
was a
angst
calm
is
before
no
the storm.
joke.
Yeah.
But I do want to see another book where they have actually gone and adopted a kid. Maybe not a baby, but maybe like a 3-year-old little boy.
I couldn't see them with a little boy. Maybe a little girl. But I could see them.
I could see them with any kid. Any kid lucky enough to have those guys for parents.
Oh yeah.
Lucky indeed. Lucky indeed.
And talk about adopted. Let's talk about Barnum.
One more time, everybody.
Oh, go ahead, Pete.
Oh, I was saying that we talk about kids and adoption. Let's talk about Barnum.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I don't know what you just said.
I was saying, let's talk about Barnum.
Barnum! Yes!
Oh, when they adopted Barnum and Bailey.
Kitties!
Yeah.
It's like the best present ever.
I love cats. Big cats.
And also the picture.
The picture!
Oh, yeah.
I'm a hug me a cat. I
nice.
would never hug a cat, but, you know.
I would. I would hug me a tiger in a heartbeat.
That tiger would squish my ass. So we are.
I would die a happy woman.
How'd she go? Under a cat.
That's it, with a smile.
With a big old smile.
I love the feline population, and I'm all about tigers and especially panthers. But see, that's right there is one of those dangerous things that I'm not doing. So I'm not,
This is why Tina's never going to come
I
see me,
love
because she's
cats,
terrified I'll
but
take her to that sanctuary.
If it's, I'll go look and I'll peek up at the gate and I'll be like, hey, I'll even pet like a little head or a paw, But as long as it's behind the gate, as long as the cat is behind the gate, so we could do that. But if it leaves the gate, I'm not. No. You go on YouTube and you. No, I'm not. Like, you go on YouTube and you see all these people playing around with large predators. I'm not playing around with a large predator. It's a predator by nature. It's supposed to be. It's a predator. I have healthy respect for animals that I so no, I'm not.
I'm
not going to be like.
Speaking of YouTube, anyone else see that video of, I think it was like a lioness. She's in front of a window, and some cruel human has dressed their child up like a zebra, their baby, and has put the baby next to the plexiglass. And so this poor lioness is freaking out, scratching and trying to bite through, and it's like, that is the cruelest thing you could ever do. You people are jerks. How dare you tease that poor animal?
People are crazy, because what if that plexiglass had broken, and then you'd be out of kids? See? You see what I'm saying? It's like people don't think about these kind of things. I would not do something like that.
like there are more effective
One
ways.
less time. If you're trying to get rid of your kid, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of different
dress your
ways
child
to do
like
that.
an order for a lion. That's real good.
But
There,
you
and this has
you
been
basically dress your kid up like a Big Mac, and basically dress your kid up like a Big Mac and said, "Here, hey, no, I'm not doing that. No.
and this has been Tina's parenting
No,
corner.
I don't know. Maybe my life, maybe my
We'll be back in a
life
second,
will be
guys.
Okay.
slightly boring. I'll get to see the end of it. That's all I'm
God.
saying. So when everybody else is
Okay,
dead
I gotta catch
and
my
gone, I will still be here talking about. See, I told
See?
you somebody should listen to me. Sorry now. Sorry now.
Cry now.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
then again, I look at what like we expect FBI agents to do, and my brain just goes,
Oh,
really? Let's pretend to be.
This is why.
Let's pretend.
I know. Listen, I have respect for people in the military and law enforcement because I couldn't do it. As much as I love other people and I want to be helpful, I'm not risking my life. I can't do that for you. Like, I just can't. So, the
I
only
can't take a
person
bullet. I'm sorry.
I can't. No, me either. You just some people just can't. I can't be a hero like that. If there's a child in the ocean, I'll swim out and get it. But if somebody says, "Hey, jump in front of this bullet for a stranger," what? I'm not doing that. The only person I'm jumping in front of is my daughter. I'll jump in front of my daughter, but that's it. Anybody, if you're out with me and we're getting mugged, you are on your own. I'm sorry. You can't. I'm not trying to save you. I'm going to save myself.
You're contractually obligated. You're contractually obligated by taking your child home to jump in front of a bullet for her. Everyone else has to worry about themselves.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. It's every woman for herself.
Okay, so since none of us, with the exception of Carolyn. Oh, go ahead, Pete.
Talk about shooting. Then shot Thai.
Yeah.
In the book.
And lied about it. Even though Ty knew. I mean, come on. He totally knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has it
and
like...
the scene,
Nope.
and the scene at the airport.
Yeah.
And the scene at the airport at the end of the book.
Yay.
Where,
I enjoyed that too at the end where people were like...
Yeah. Were you mobbed by a tiger?
It just
Ty has
just reinforced their whole...
Just saying.
He is. I think
he has the worst luck.
So I think it's cute. I love cats too, just small ones, like
just not ones who will try
regular
to bite your face. Poor Ty. Poor Ty.
Poor Ty.
Indeed.
I mean, he must taste good. I feel like his blood must be really tasty.
See,
and
I'm going to stop you right there.
Smell like pork chops.
I'm just going to stop you right there because I don't even want to go in that direction. Please, Pete, continue to make your point.
Predators
These
large predators are just always attracted to him. I feel like it's weird. It's like me and mosquitoes. I feel like mosquitoes are attracted to me and the flavor of my blood because every time I go outside I'm attacked. Like I feel like maybe that's the problem that Ty has and he should work on that. Maybe take something for it. I don't know, like wear a different clothes.
But it's not just the predator. His trail horse was pretty attached to him too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That horse. God, Ty hates horses.
I was giggling the entire time because that's just a trail horse. Just a plain old trail horse just didn't quite get along. And those horses are not stupid. They know what's going on.
I know you don't like me. This is why it's funny. Poor he called
Glue
right.
stick. Call him a glue stick.
I'm a glue stick.
Oh,
Horses
that was
not like
funny.
you, but horses love Zane, and thank all of the powers for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I really wish you guys could.
That
see
is lovely.
Hamilton
I mean,
Court.
I would
Come on.
not personally live on a horse ranch, but if Zane asked me to live on a horse ranch, I might, just for him. Just so
I
I
might
can see
visit.
it once. Like, okay, I'll live on the horse ranch for you, as long as I don't have to clean the stalls. I'll come with you. Just so I can see you ride it. That'd be lovely.
I can see the two of you staying in the big house.
Yeah.
I will.
Oh, the big.
I'd look out the window and be like, that's lovely.
That is perfect right there. Let me tell you.
That's lovely. I would, just for Zane. I feel like I really wish he was a real person so I could call him and be like, I love you. Let's go out. Let's
He'd be like,
hang out. Can we hang out? Can we get a beer?
Ty,
I
what did you
think
pay to call me?
I'm gonna Mickey Tina Marie's Diet Coke, and I'm gonna put her on a plane and I'm gonna drag her down here, and then we're gonna go to Hamilton Pool in Barton Springs, and I'll video her pulling a Jesus by trying to get out of that water. It's so cold.
You know?
Yeah, y'all can keep the water. I'm not a swimmer. Y'all can keep that damn water.
I'm a swimmer. I'll swim.
Mm-mm.
I can swim. I swim. I like
I
water.
think about water and I get nervous. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to.
About the,
I feel like we got off topic a little bit.
Yeah, we have, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was.
a little
I have no
off-topic.
problems with this. This was cool. So, and we do have 15 minutes to go. So,
we should
So
talk-
what's the next book we want to take a look at, ladies and gentlemen?
what was that, Pete?
Before we go, we should talk about the guy with the tiger tattoo.
The guy with the tiger tattoo.
Oh
The
yeah!
chase
Yeah!
Riding across the taxi. Hilarious by
Ball prints! Mr. Ball Prints!
Yeah, ball prints on my taxi. That was
I gave the taxi driver a $20 bill to get his car washed. Awesome. Best thing I've read in a long time. And I've read this book like 8,000 times, and I still
See what
crack
happens
up
when
every
Zane
time I read it.
leaves. See what happens when Zane leaves.
You know,
Ty gets
he
covered in
has
condiments,
no
tastes like a naked guy.
self-control. Yes. I would pay,
I'm sorry. I'm
I
still
would pay
thinking
someone
that's
to
lying.
reenact that scene for me.
I cut your daddy's finger off. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's
That's
where it
hilarious.
starts, and it just gets
It's where-
funnier from there.
Yeah. Especially when he's taking the call at work and everyone in the office is like, I see where you get your crazy from, Ty. I see where you get it from, because your whole family sounds nuts.
They tagged him with the nickname Hot Dog. I fell out. I'm like,
I was like, what? That's one of those ones where you start laughing on the bus and people are just like, okay, step away from the crazy lady.
Yeah.
I'd like to also point out just how tough the Grady men are. Because when Earl was like, okay, son, you get your shot, which is like so redemptive and cool, except Ty breaks his fucking hand hitting his dad in the face. Ty can't win.
You almost get the feeling they did it deliberately to keep him going to church with Mara.
Unless he invites you to.
I felt that way too.
But I did. I got the feeling that somehow or another.
Anywhere, especially
What was
church.
Okay, I swear to God, that was no
Okay.
testosterone Texas mosquito.
Somebody
That
going
was
somewhere?
Wes.
Okay, that was yeah. Mara just can't take. She can't take these boys anywhere.
I really enjoyed when Earl was telling.
Oh wait, I forgot the best.
No,
Ty has
I
a
really
new
loved
nickname.
the way Earl was like.
Go ahead.
She told me to move my hand or I get my finger cut off. What is that? No, go ahead. What were you saying? The nickname?
And I didn't. So
I missed it.
yeah, he has a new nickname now. Because like right after the whole like punch in the face, Zan's apparently going to start calling him Titanium.
I saw that.
If someone
Very fitting,
didn't get
too.
the pun penalty for that,
Well, I understand it's got to be developed further into titanium hot dog.
ball prints on my hood. I feel like a middle
Oh,
schooler
goodness.
finding this funny,
Uh-huh.
but I do. All right, so
Funny.
before we end up giggling, spending the last 5
That's because it was funny. Don't just accept it.
Before we end up spending the last 5 minutes of the show just cracking up laughing, let's wrap things up. I have missed doing this with you guys so much. We have to do this again soon. We need to figure out what we're doing next. It's going to be something not in the Cut and Run series because we're doing back and forth and back and forth. So we'll figure this out. We have
I know,
emails.
so sad.
Point and laugh at Emily. You missed it. Don't forget my cheese.
Did we all get a chance
I'm
to do
sorry.
the anthology? Because I got interrupted by a lovely little weather siren the last time we were doing that one.
Oh yeah. I'm
we
glad
did do
that
it,
you're in
didn't
one
we?
piece. Yeah, we finished it because we weren't like under the pain of death, so we finished it. We finished that show.
Yeah, that was just you.
I
by
didn't
the
see
way.
it.
Hope you're okay. No,
Well, she looks in one piece,
we did.
and
It was just me and yeah.
yeah, we just finished it that way. No worries.
So
Yeah, I need to go lay down again. So, this was awesome. If you guys are watching, yeah, if you guys were watching, thanks so much for from sticking with us. I will actually get this out so we can know that it happened. Someone hold me to that, please. And we will be back in the next couple of weeks or months. We'll be back. You know what? We'll be back when we be back, okay? Let's just leave it that way.
We make no promises.
We make no promises. We will be doing a damn show. Because it's summer and
Yes.
people have things to do that do not involve sitting in front of a
That's right.
webcam twice a month. This is true. So,
I got a kid.
on behalf of everyone, we have kids, we have jobs, I have a sci-fi conference I'm going to as my author persona,
Oh, really?
and I'm doing panels. This is going to be so weird. Yeah. Like,
I think you're gonna be.
I'm not even
It's gonna be
ready.
great. I'm very excited for you.
Yay. I'll give you more details when we're offline. So, on behalf of everyone here at Happily Ever After, we say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, adieu.